Hi, welcome to my video on powers of a power of exponentials. Power of a power, that means you have an exponential 2 to the 3 raised to a 2. So what that means is 2 cubed times 2 cubed, and we know that to be 2 to the 3 plus 3, which is 6, because when you multiply you add your exponents. When you cube, you get 3 to the 4th times 3 to the 4th times 3 to the 4th. And again, because you have the same base, you write it down and you add your exponents because you're multiplying. You get a 12. And 5 to the 7, 5 to the 7, 5 to the 7, 5 to the 7, 4 times. That's like taking an x and squaring it, which is x times x, or taking an a and cubing it, which is a times a. So it's the same idea. And because you're multiplying, you keep the base, and you have 4 7s are 28. So notice that if you have a power of a power, you can go 2 times 3, or 3 times 2, 4 times 3, power of a power. 7 to the 4th power is 7 times 4. So you can multiply these powers. A power of a power, you multiply. So a power of a power rule is b to the m raised to the n power is b to the m times n, or mn, where the base can't be 0 and the m and n are integers, which means you gotta have zeros and ones and twos and threes, -1, -2, -3s. So let's simplify each as an exponential of b to the x. Not simplify it out fully, but just as exponent. So because you have a power of a power, 2 times 6 is 12. The base is 3, and 3 times 5 is 15, because it's a power of a power. And we have 7 as the base. 4 times 4 is 16. We have 5 as a base. 6 times 2 is 12. 10 as the base. 5 times 7, 35. And x is the base, and power of a power is 24. Y is the base, so we have 7 times 2, 14. A is the base. 9 times 4 is 36. H is the base. 5 8s are 40. So if you wish, you can pause your video, work these 9 out, and come back and see if you're right. 2 is the base. 3 times 10 is 30. Power of a power. 11 is the base. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 is the base. 6 times 5 is 30. X is the base. 10 times 4 is 40. A is the base. 7 times 3, 21. Y is the base. 4 times 7, 48. C is the base. 3 6s are 18. T is the base. 2 times 11, 22. 7 is the base. 8 9s are 72. Now we have a little sort of a combination. We have to obey what we think about, obeying the bedmaster. We have to work out our powers first. Remember PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S, so that's still true here, because we have the inside of these brackets can't be done, so we have to work out the powers. So this is the power of a power, so that's 2 to the 12. And that's base of 2, so 2 times 5 is 10. Now we have the exponents done, we will multiply these. Because we're multiplying, we will add the exponents to get 22. And same thing here, PEMDAS. We will work the powers first because the inside is already done, so that's 3 to the 12 divided by 3. 6 times 2 is 12. And because we're dividing, we have like bases, we subtract the exponents. 12 minus 12 is 0. And 3 to the 0 is 1. It makes sense. 3 to the 12 divided by 3 to the 12 should be 1. The only time you won't get a 1 is when you divide by 0. 0 divided by 0 is a no-no. C, PEMDAS, we have to work our brackets first, but that's done. So we have to work our exponent next. So that's 10 to the 6th. power of a power, you multiply. Since we're multiplying, we keep the base and we add the exponents. We get 14. And D, we do the brackets are done, so we have to do the exponents next. 5, power of a power is an 18. And power of a power, we get an 8. And because we're dividing like bases, we keep the base and we subtract. 18 subtract 8 is 10. Just as a combination of obeying BEDMAS or PEMDAS. And we have some more examples of doing the same thing. So if you wish, or I'll work these out and you can work these out. So E is taking off from the examples I had on the last page. And we have to do PEMDAS again, PEMDAS. So we have no brackets to do, so we have to power of a power, we get an 18. Power of a power, we get a 10. Keep the base as X, and we multiply the powers. And because that's done, the exponents are done, we will multiply. Because we're multiplying, we keep the base and we add, we get 28. F, the Y is by itself. We have to do the exponent, so that's Y to the 20, power of a power. And that's a 1, so when we multiply, we keep the base and we add the exponents, 21. G, we have A to the 18, and the bracket is already done. We can't do anything inside A to the 4th. We have a power of a power, so we get A to the 16. And because we're dividing, we keep the base of A and we subtract to get a 2. D, we have to work out the exponents first. Notice the inside is done, so we have to do the power of the power. So that's D to the 12 divided by D to the 15. We have a power of a power, we multiply. Power of a power, we multiply. Now we have a D. D is my same base. So because we're multiplying, we add to get 23, and we subtract the 15. So we get 23, and I could work one out at a time. Multiply first, we add, and then when we divide, we subtract, we get 8. I could have said 23 subtract 15 got 8 right away without doing this, because I'm going from left to right. Remember PEMDAS, PEMDAS. We do the inside of the brackets first, it's done. We do the exponents next, that's when we multiply the powers. And we did the multiplication division left to right, so I multiplied these two first to get to 23, and then I divided after, subtracted the exponents. Because when you multiply like bases, you add the exponents. When you divide like bases, you subtract. So that's done, and there's nothing left. We have 6 here for you to work on. Pause your video, work the 6 of these out, and see if you get the right answers. Simplify as B to the X. I'm not worried about making, say, like 7 cubed into a number, or 8 to the 4th power into a number, and just getting an exponential. So we have to obey PEMDAS, PEMDAS. So that's already done, can't do anything else, so we power of a power, we get a 6. So exponents are done, now we're multiplying. We keep the base of 7 and add to get a 10. PEMDAS, PEMDAS. And we have to do the brackets inside are done, can't do anything else on the inside. We have to do the power of the power, 24. We have to do the power of the power, 20. So that's done. Now we divide, and when we divide like bases, we subtract, and we get a 4. Done. Number 3, again PEMDAS. We can't do the inside. Nope, we do the power of the power, I get 8. We do the power of the power to get 9. We multiply 3s, multiply the 4 into 2. And because we're multiplying, we add the exponents, 17. And number 4, again, we have to do, just write that down, PEMDAS, just to emphasize. The inside of the brackets are done. We have to do the power of the power. So that's 2 to the 16. And that's 2 to the 12. And that's 2 to the 25. Because we have to do the exponents first. Done. Now, simplify this. I would simplify the top first. Simplify your numerator, simplify your denominator, and then divide after. That's consistent with the math that you're going to learn later. So that's because you're multiplying, we keep base and we add to get 28. Done. And now, because we're dividing with like bases, we keep the base of 2, and because we're dividing, we subtract. 28 subtract 25 is 3. And we could call it an 8, but I'm just writing it as b to the x, and there it is, 2 cubed. Number 5, again, PEMDAS, the inside of the brackets is done. We do our exponents. Power of a power, 42. Power of a power, 2 times 4, 8. Power of a power, we get 45. Done. Now we multiply and divide from left to right. So if we multiply these two first, we get an x. We add to get 50. Done. We're doing the multiplication division. So I'll do one at a time. Now, because I'm dividing, write down the base and I subtract and I get a 5. That one is done. Again, PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. Can't do inside the bracket is already done. Can't do inside, done. Exponents. That's y. Power of a power is a 20. We leave these alone because we're doing the exponent first. And we do y cubed, leave it alone. And we do the power of the power. 9 times 2 is 18. So notice I did my exponent and my exponent first. Got that done? Let's simplify the top first and then the bottom. The top is, we're out multiplying, so y is the base. 20 plus 10, and that's a 1. So that's a 31. We're multiplying the bottom. Y is the base. So because we're multiplying, we add to get 21. That's done. So we got the exponents done. We have the multiplication division. We got the multiplication done on the top, multiplication on the bottom. Now we're going to do the division of these two. So the base is y, and because we divide, we subtract. 31 subtract 21 is 10. Notice, obey the order of operations and everything will go perfect. Remember, a power of a power, you multiply the exponents. When you're multiplying with like bases, you add. When you're dividing with like bases, you subtract. Keep saying those rules to yourself over and over, and you'll be okay. If you like my video, click on the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, because there's more videos coming. I will be always adding them every week or month. Write a comment on my video if you wish. Visit my website at www.mathfullyexplained.com, and there you'll get information in 3 sections. The first section is on me, my degrees and teaching experience. Second section is on the teaching strategies I'm going to use in helping you to learn your math. And the third section has the content, units, and the number of videos on each unit. And also in the black font is the units that are online right now. And in red font are the units that will be developed in the near future. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.